Hey there, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the Blue Sky Sanctuary. That is my property in the Baja in Mexico. It's also my YouTube channel where I've been sharing a lot of information about how I created a life that I really wanted to live here in Mexico, where I am living on a property that is paid for, building a house that's mortgage free. There's tons of information on the channel about the external working parts of what I did to make this happen. Today I'm excited to talk to you about the inner working parts of what I did to make my dream life my reality. And I want to acknowledge that my dog is laying like that because it's sweltering hot in here and she's laying in front of a fan and trying to stay cool. So jumping right in, these are 10 ideas that I implemented to create what I've created here. And if you have a great big goal or dream you want to work towards, these are some things that are going to help you get there. So number one is to visualize what you're after. Whether that's your dream job, your dream relationship, your dream living space, whatever it is, visualize it and think about it as often as you can. Basically, whenever you have free time to think, when you're doing the dishes or you're cleaning and you've got mindless stuff, just chatter going on in there, try to replace it with envisioning your dream goal, whatever that is, what it's going to look like and feel like, who's going to be there. Why do you even want it? Just picture it and visualize it and how you're going to get there. It starts in the mind, and then jumping right into number two, it comes out through our words. So number two is to be willing to talk about it. I know that talking about the things that we want when they are out of the ordinary can be intimidating. It can be uncomfortable if the people around you don't have the same goals or dreams as you do. But I really want to encourage you to talk about it. It will help you build your confidence in attaining that goal. It will also help you get clarity. As we say things out loud, we get more clear on, is that actually what I want? You'll get feedback that'll help you clarify as well. So talking about it, I would say, is essential. Number three, take physical action towards your goal more days than not. So that means at least 4 days a week you are doing something to work towards your goal. Something tangible, physical that you can see. You're writing something down, you're selling something, you're acquiring a skill, whatever it is, there's got to be physical action. I know that your life is busy. Everybody's life is busy. Time is precious and time management is important. And if you really want to acquire something grand, you need to prioritize it. And that means giving it time and energy more days than not. Number four, connect with others that have the same goal. If you can find like-minded people through Facebook or through your community, wherever it might be, that can really help you gain momentum and again, gain ideas and energy towards your vision. And from that, you never know what might happen. But I certainly myself found great support on pages in Facebook and communities there. And I encourage you to do the same. Just connect with people who are working in the same direction that you are. Number five, get really clear on why you want what you want. That means writing out a list. At least 20 reasons why you want the thing that you think that you want. Ideally, 50 reasons if you can manage it. Sometimes we think we want something, but when it really gets down to it and we start writing the list and we really start thinking about it, maybe we realize, actually, I don't really want that. I want this. It'll help you get clear, and there's got to be at least 20 reasons that you want what you want. Otherwise, I think there's a pretty good chance you're not going to want to put in the work that needs to be done to get what you want, whatever that goal or dream is for you. So make that list and that will help you get clear. Number six, be willing to give up at least some of what you have to get what you want, right? So if you're in a relationship that's not working for you, you have to give that relationship up before you go into another one. Jobs are a little more tricky, but if you really want to be bold, giving up your job is going to really light the fire for you to get that next job. I'm not suggesting that you quit your job today to go get your next job, but you know what I'm saying. So if you can put both feet into one pool and stay there, you will likely find that the momentum, the flow, the synchronicities all line up a lot easier. I know that happened for myself. I was, for a number of years, doing 6 months here in Mexico and 6 months in Canada. And when the pandemic kind of pushed me to make a choice and I chose Mexico, flow happened so much better. It's been 3 years now. I've accomplished far more down here than I would have jumping back and forth. So in my own personal experience, letting go of what I had, which was my comforts of home, the familiarity of my friends being around, the familiarity of all the great takeout food and all just the conveniences of the life that I had back in BC and Canada. I gave that up to be here, and it was super worthwhile. And you would probably find the same when you give up some of what you have to get what you actually really, really want. Number 7, be willing to take a risk. It's essential. We can't really get to the top of the mountain without taking a risk. In fact, there's going to probably be a number of risks. There are countless comments, questions on my channel where people are asking me, well, how do I know when I drive down from Canada that I'm not going to get stopped and turned around at the border? How do I know that it's going to be safe driving down through Mexico? We don't know so many things like that. There are no guarantees. We don't know until we try. And that's the reality. So I can't say how to get comfortable with risk. All I can say is that we have to accept that risk is part of the process. Number 8, be willing to not listen to other people's opinions. For myself, for example, when I was thinking of coming to Mexico, I was teaching yoga at the time, and so many of my students were concerned for my safety coming to this country where there's so many unknowns, and it hit a point where I had to ask them to stop talking to me about their concerns because they were putting so much fear in me. If you are working towards something that the people around you are not familiar with, if it's something that hasn't been done by anyone close to you before, there's a good chance that there are going to be concerns coming at you, and those might make you more nervous and less confident about working towards your dreams. So, you don't have to be as extreme as to say, don't tell me about those things or talk to me about those things if that's not your way of being, but you have to be willing to not let other people's concerns stop you from going for what you want to go for. Otherwise, are you making the most of your life? It's your life, so you've got to follow your own intuition, your own inner guidance system, your own heart, thoughts, and feelings. Really consider what other people have to say, but then ultimately, I would recommend that you trust yourself. Number 9, be willing to work your butt off for what you want. Be willing to work really hard. There's another saying that I love, which is the easy life is hard and the hard life is easy. That means if you're living the comfortable, routine, familiar, easy life, after a while that can get really hard, because after a while you can look back and be like, what have I been doing with my life and what am I doing with my life? Living the hard life is easy, meaning if you work really hard, you can then look at what you've created from all your hard work and feel good, which is the easy part. There's a finish line at the end of the hard work, and if you can see it clearly, you'll be able to cross that finish line, and all that hard work will have been worth it. But it's probably, whatever your dream or goal is, it's probably not going to come without a ton of hard work. Lastly, and not leastly, is to, number 10, believe in yourself. So again, it kind of relates to, as I was mentioning, with people having concerns or doubts or fears, to trust your own intuition and trust in your own abilities. And know that whatever hurdle you're going to come up to, you're going to be able to get over it. And if you don't have that strong self-esteem or self-confidence, find some videos on YouTube on how to develop that. Or, talk to me. I offer coaching. If you have some goal and you don't know how to work towards it, you don't feel confident enough, we'll figure out how to get the confidence. Sometimes it just means skill acquisition. Sometimes it means taking more time to, gather more resources to be able to work towards what you want to. There's going to be a solution and an answer to every question, and you need to be able to believe in yourself that you can get those questions answered, get those resources gathered, do what needs to be done, and ultimately, we're here to fulfill our dreams. So the universe is going to help you get this done. I hope that these 10 ideas will help you work towards whatever your dream life is, or your dream job, or your dream relationship, your dream physical health, whatever it might be. I appreciate you tuning in. I will catch you again on the next video. Bye for now.
What you gonna do when the sun comes up? What you gonna do when you've had enough? What you gonna do when the going